Hey everybody, it's Coach Ian from the Endurance Lab. We're going to go over basic core workout number 1. You can see up here on the screen, it's 4 times through the 20 seconds of air squat, 20 seconds of plank, 20 seconds of push-up, and 30 seconds of plank. So I'm just going to go through the exercises so you can do this on your own later on. I want to make sure you see the modifications and the variations that we can do to make sure you get through this. So the first one we're going to cover is the air squat. It's really simple. You're going to put your feet slightly shoulder width apart, with your toes pointed straight forward, and all you're going to do is you're going to squat down, being careful not to bend over at the waist or to round the back. You're going to squat straight down. You want to put those hips straight down to the ground and come back up. Now I like to use my hands out as balancing, and the key to this is really simple. You want to make sure your feet don't come off the ground from the heels or your toes. So when you come down, you'll notice I'm hinging a little bit at my hips. That's because I'm trying to talk to you. But as I go forward like that, my heels and my toes stay on the ground. You want to avoid where your heels are coming up, and you want to avoid leaning too far back where your toes are coming up. And I only want you to go down as far as you can go before you start rounding and bending over. So if you can only squat down to here, that's where we're going to start. Otherwise, I want you squatting all the way down to here, at least to 90 degrees, and you can go further if you can. So that's the squat. Again, you can go only this far if need be, and then you can progress as you get into this. Secondly, I'm going to go over the push-up. The push-up is sometimes a very complex exercise for people to do, as it requires you to maintain a good core position. So all we're going to do is take your hands shoulder width apart, slightly wider than shoulder width apart. We're going to come up on our toes and our hands. Now you can bring your hands all the way under your shoulders if you want. I like to go just a little bit wider. You're going to lower the body down to where your forearm and your upper arm reach 90 degrees. And you're going to come back out moving the body in one motion. You want to avoid sag. You want to avoid the butt in the air. And you want to avoid where you're only moving your chest with your hips not moving. Okay? Now there are some variations to this. 20 seconds might be tough for a lot of people to get through, so what we're going to do is show a couple different things you can do. One, if you are either fatigued later on or you just can't do push-ups, regular push-ups, once you go down to your knees, you're going to do the same basic construct with the regular push-up. The high position is on your knees. You want one straight line running from your knees to your shoulders. Much like when we were in the regular position, there's a straight line running from my ankles to my shoulders, and I kept it that way the whole time. This one, you're going to have your knees. You can keep your feet flat on the ground. You can lift them. I prefer to keep them flat on the ground as it takes pressure off my knees. And I'm going to lower my body, keeping that core engaged for a singular straight line. Okay, now, when you are doing this for your knees, it's common to do this. Don't do that, because then you're taking even more weight off, and you're not in a good core. You're not utilizing your core muscle group. Do that. You want to keep a nice straight body line, and you're pushing and coming down and pushing up. Now, if you're fatigued from that and you can't keep pushing, then we're going to go into our negative push-ups. Remember, this is for time. It has nothing to do with how many you can do. So if you can only do 5, you can only do 5. What a negative is simply you're going to get yourself in the push-up position, and you're going to drop down as slow as you can, and do what you got to do to get back up. Reset. And as slow as you can on the way down. And we just keep doing that until our time runs out. That's the push-up. Now the plank, you can do the plank from 2 different positions. Well, really, with modifications there's 4, but we're going to cover the 2 primary and the 2 modifications. You can go from a high plank, which is nothing more than the start of the push-up position, or you can go to a forearm plank, which is forearms and elbows on the ground and your toes. And you can just sit here for 30 seconds. And again, you can vary this by going down to your knees if you need to, in either position. The key portion is maintaining your abdominals and your glutes and your lower back taut, and trying to maintain that steady position. If you need to, from the plank position, you can come up real quick, take a quick break, and come back down. Try not to sag in the middle. You want to keep it nice and straight from your shoulders down to through to your ankles, one straight line. So those are the basic exercises we're going to do for the basic core workout number 1. Go ahead, take your time getting through it. It's meant to be a deliberate, non-stop sequence, not meant to go fast, not meant to just try and get as many as you can. It's a matter of just getting through and developing some core strength in the first couple of weeks. All right, that's it for basic core number 1, and we'll see you next time for basic core workout number 2.